Bill. And on behalf of the ICF community, we call it an ICF family because people in the communities around the world who have been ranked as intelligent communities work very closely with each other. And so in a few minutes I'm going to introduce Mayor Loveridge, who's from Riverside. And tonight we're actually going to be hearing the next 21 intelligent communities. We call them Smart 21. And hopefully you'll get a sense of who those people and their communities are. And I just wanted to thank iCanada and to congratulate you on your quest. The quest being, of course, that you want to raise Canada's awareness of the need to, of course, come up with higher order communications capabilities in this community of cities across Canada. But also, I think it's really too bad. I remember when Canada was, on its game. And we are unfortunate to see that Canada has fallen behind in the global rankings. Now, we understand that without proper high-speed broadband and its high capacity as in some cities, you'll see in places like Chattanooga, Tennessee, where they have basically a gigabyte environment. And now, of course, we've got Waterfront Toronto that's going to be following suit. They have an environment that's going to compete on a global level. But then you turn around and immediately you've got places like Cyberport who are upping the ante again with 10 and 40 gigabytes. So now all of a sudden we have to think about what competition really means around the world. And I think it's not just about infrastructure. I said this years ago to John Campbell, who's in the audience here today. It's not about technology. Intelligent communities is about a whole lot of other things, and you've heard about some of it today. We have criteria that includes infrastructure. Of course, you have to ante in to be an intelligent community by having really excellent infrastructure, particularly high-speed broadband. That's what we based it on originally. But our criteria goes much further than that. We talk about infrastructure and then immediately turn around and talk about knowledge workers, the talent that has to be created, that has to be attracted, and most importantly, has to be able to be retained in a community. We talk about innovation and creativity. Once you've got this infrastructure and once you've got these knowledge workers, you've got to really do something with it. And that's really where we're at today. It's called culture of use. We have to create a culture of users, and we have to create abilities around the world that are Canadian that we can then export to the world, and I think that's really a game changer. The other thing is that we have to have digital inclusion. We have to bring everybody into the game. That's not only the young and the old and the poor, but the disenfranchised and everybody who can have some kind of participation. And then you have to advocate. You have to have good public policies. You have to have good marketing skills. Who else is going to blow your horn except you to try and bring in that foreign direct investment or the talent into your community? So we look at those kinds of criteria, and then we have a bunch of other traits and indicators. We talk about collaboration. We talk about leadership. We talk about attracting risk capital. And we look at communities from the sense of their passion and their attitude. If nothing else, intelligent communities have an attitude. We're just talking about it at lunch today. How do you differentiate one city from the next? They might look the same. They might have a lot of the similar kinds of policies, but there's usually something in the water there that has a difference from one community to the next. So I think all of those things are important. What you should know about is ICF has been around since 1999 officially, but it really has a history that goes beyond that. It has a Canadian history. There was a gathering in 1995 called Smart 95. It was actually the first smart gathering in the world. It brought 1,200 people together from all over the world in Toronto. In 1999, when the Intelligent Community Forum was founded, it was founded around ideas like teleports and world trade centers, and they helped to influence it. It even goes beyond that. early planning documents, planning journals of Canada and the Economic Development Journal of Canada, they talked about intelligent communities or smart cities way back in the 80s and early 90s. They didn't use the term intelligent community. That was formed much later. But really, the essence of a lot of what you're talking about here today actually helped to get formed in Canada. And we've taken that idea all around the world. So I want to thank Bill and the organizers, Barry and others here at iCanada and through CATA. We think that what you're doing here is excellent and a real opportunity to spread the word of Canadians, Canadian cities, and the Canadian applications all around the world, and we thank you for doing that, and we certainly hope that we'll see more applications. So, without any further ado, I just want to point out that we have over 100 cities now as part of the Intelligent Community Movement, and what you're going to hear is the current Intelligent Community of the Year. We bring 21 together, then we find 7 out of the 21, and we announce that in Honolulu. I guess somebody has to go there to do that. And it's usually not me, it's one of my other colleagues. And then in June, we announced the top Intelligent Community of the Year. And this year, we had Mayor Loveridge at our event, and we announced Riverside, California. And he's going to tell you a little bit about Riverside and why they are this year's model Intelligent Community of the Year. Thank you again.